I play indie horror games every Sunday. Let's rank what I played this week. There were 4 games, so that's where I'll start. Number 4 is Burning Snow, developed by Andre Justcorps as their first ever 3D title. You are assumably a little cat person lost in the cold, cold woods with your little cat friend. You must find a known cache of fireworks to alert a rescue team of your location, requiring you to brave the dark cold. Luckily, there are matches and bundles of sticks abound, letting you run between each to move forward without turning into a popsicle. A very enjoyable bite-sized game that only took about 10 minutes to complete. The freezing mechanics were fun and added a bit of stress to the main gameplay, which was essentially a walking sim. The character was cute, I loved how dark the map was, and the setting of a snowy forest at night. I gave this game a 3 out of 5. Number 3 is called 6-7 Minutes in Heaven, developed by One Flow Man. You might have guessed it, but this is a pretty goofy one. You're a cartoonish loser who is invited to an abandoned house party. You play Spin the Bottle in 7 Minutes of Heaven with your buddy, his girlfriend, and a goth chick that is just so quirky. While Buddy's girlfriend thinks you're a loser, Goth Girlie is very impressed by your knowledge of Reddit and anime. However, things devolve into chaos as her ulterior motives are revealed. This game is great for a laugh and really shines in its absurd dialogue. It features multiple endings based on your choices, which is really dope. However, I gotta point out that I glitched through the map near the end and had to completely restart. I give this a 3.5 out of 5. Number 2, Selvemma, developed by Wenudu. You show up at an abandoned house with a camcorder hoping to get some footage for a YouTube channel. You find your way inside only to be met by weirder and weirder occurrences as you progress through the house, mainly by finding keys. This game has amazing visuals and my personal favorite horror mechanic, viewing the world through a camera. I dream of the day where a game like this lets you view the recording of your footage at the end, but alas, it's not in this one. Starts off slow and grows more and more intense as you progress, along with some awesome visuals you might miss if you're not looking carefully. My only note is my frustration with finding the keys needed to progress. It gets a 4 out of 5 from me. Finally, my favorite game from this batch is actually a demo called Tiny Chills Not From Here, developed by Ducktopus Games. You are a child of a broken home, suspended from school for assaulting another kid, and your mother decides to discipline you by having you work at her clinic. You must dive into people's ears by way of endoscopy, starting off small by removing wax and ramping up to nastier and nastier things. The bulk of this game is in dialogue, discovering the story of the main character through the lens of a child interacting with irresponsible adults. The characters seem well written, with many dynamics, mostly centering around your mother. The story being told gets full marks, and the main draw of the inner ear phobia is very well done and very uncomfortable. I'm looking forward to this game's full release. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Great batch of games this week. I'll see you next time.